Hello and welcome to Nursery Rhymes in Modern Times, where we investigate traditional and contemporary nursery rhymes and how they fit in with a modern audience. Today we are talking about modern minstrels. So these are the folks who have taken children's songs and elevated them to a contemporary level. And I would argue that this kind of started out with Raffi, where, in the 70s, there was a kind of a big turn with music. There was a lot of young people who were going to concerts and enjoying music together. And Raffi took that and made music for children. And that helped for the adults who were having children to be able to enjoy the things that they liked in a context that was suitable for their kids. So as time has gone on, Raffi has a really strong impact on especially the culture in the United States with things like apples and bananas. And chances are you've heard a lot of Raffi music in your life if you've grown up in the United States. As time went on, you got into the 90s, you have the Wiggles, you have Barney, you have a lot of characters who are starting to come out who are singing these songs, some of which are traditional and some of which are more modern. And in the present day, you have Pink Fong, you have you have Cocomelon, you have a lot of songs and avenues for kids to be hearing these songs, especially with YouTube and the proliferation of information in general. So as time has gone on, we've got these folks who are really starting to investigate children's songs, writing new songs, and that has been really, really fun, especially for parents who maybe are tired of the more traditional songs and want something new. Lori Berkner is a great example of someone who's come up with a lot of songs that are new and fun for kids, Jim Gill as well. So you're going to see a lot of these new folks kind of coming onto the field as far as making music for kids. So then it kind of begs the question, as we've talked about before, the fact of having nursery rhymes that stretch back generations is great because it really encourages that intergenerational connection between parents, grandparents, their kids, aunts and uncles. So even if they're not up on what's current with kids' music, there's still a connection there in the history and foundation of traditional songs for kids. But then on the other side, a lot of the songs that are traditional for kids do have a questionable background, or perhaps they don't really resonate well with a contemporary audience. So that's when you want to be looking at the newer songs that are about fish brushing their teeth under the ocean, or silly things that kids love to sing about and still have the early literacy support that kids' music needs to have. So you've got this kind of fine line between wanting to build that intergenerational connection and wanting to make sure that these songs are not only useful for children, but also being positive and encouraging that foundational growth from birth. So this is a great opportunity for us to kind of have this conversation. Is there a place for only the modern songs and the singers who are taking children's music to a new level and bringing in all of these kind of fun and playful tunes and songs that are less questionable, but still really fun for kids? Or should we stick with only the traditional songs? And perhaps it's somewhere in the middle. Perhaps there's a line somewhere where we have some of those traditional songs where we talk about the history and how they're connected to our modern present. And then also these new songs that are bringing fresh light into the look of children's music. So I would love to hear from you. In your experience, what has been really popular, successful? Do you have a feeling one way or the other on whether one's more important, or if there's a nice balance between the two? There are opportunities to connect with me. You can do so in the comments below, or you can email me directly. I'd love to hear about the things that have been working for you, perhaps things that have not been working so well for you as you've been working with kiddos, whether you're a parent or a librarian or a teacher, and how these changes to the landscape of children's music have affected your approach to teaching and being with your kiddos. Thank you so much for joining me this week on Nursery Rhymes in Modern Times. I am looking forward to hearing from you. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and if you want to connect with me, you can do so with the information below. Thanks again so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.